Well, Florida is just a day away from a deadline that affects all of us. 10 Investigates has been telling you for weeks how felony reentry programs are about to get slashed. And we're talking about mental health and substance abuse programs designed to make felons a productive part of society again and prevent them, hopefully, from reoffending. Now, Governor Scott can do something to free up money, but so far it doesn't look like he will, and the clock is ticking.
And Reggie, one of the many programs in danger of closing is the Bradenton Bridge. It's a release center for women who are getting back on their feet. 10 News reporter Isabel Mascareñas spoke with one woman who says the program gave her a second chance to succeed in life.
This is the best part of my job right here.
Life is very good. It's very good. I have my family, I have a home, and I have a job. Couldn't ask for anything more.
Today, Kimberly O'Reilly is the lodging manager at Bayside Pet Resorts in Sarasota, where she's worked since 2015. But 8 years ago, Kimberly was in jail.
Grand theft. I stole from a customer that I worked for.
Near the end of her 4-year-long prison sentence, O'Reilly came here to the Bradenton Bridge Center in Manatee County.
I don't think I would have been able to make it if I came straight out of prison without this program.
Kimberly says she took 380 self-improvement hours and learned new work skills during the 17 months at the Transitional Reentry Program for Women.
Bradenton Bridge has given me the strength and the courage to be where I am today, to live a good life.
But now the state might shut down the program in 4 weeks because of budget cuts.
Heartbreaking. If I would have stayed on the path that I was before prison or even after prison and didn't have this program, I think I probably would have gone back to my old ways. Take another look at the program, give these women a chance, don't shut it down.
In Manatee County, Isabel Mascareñas, 10 News.
The Bradenton Bridge website shows a message explaining the Department of Corrections funding cuts. 160 inmates went through that program between 2016 and 2017. 150 of them completed the program, and most of them found employment.
10 Investigates has spent the last 3 weeks warning how these cuts could lead to more felons reoffending, affecting both our safety and our budgets. And investigative reporter Noah Pransky, he keeps trying to get answers from Governor Scott as to what he's going to do with the Friday deadline looming.
Reg, state lawmakers on both sides of the aisle, as well as our Republican Attorney General, have called these cuts ridiculous. We're talking about substance abuse, mental health, and job training programs aimed at getting felons to contribute to society rather than committing more crimes and winding up back in prison. Now, the governor blames the legislature for the funding blunder, but he could pull money out of reserves, just as he suggested local schools do, to pay for their unfunded security mandates.
Now, you had to ask the governor not once, twice, 3 times.
We're determined to get answers. This is your entire exchange of what we said yesterday about the Department of Corrections.
How come you aren't using your executive power to dip into the reserves for the state on the DOC cuts that are impending?
Well, going back to the school, I mean, they have $2 billion. The school districts are sitting on $2 billion worth of cash on top of the money we gave them, and then on top of that, you know, there were $67 million that was in for the training dollars, and I'm going to work with the legislature to try to move that also to fund for school safety in our schools.
DOC. Yeah.
On DOC, in the last 3 years, I've asked for, I think it was $378 million that the legislature hasn't funded, which I'm disappointed they haven't funded. And so we're going to continue to work with our Department of Corrections to get in the resources they need. But you're right, it's disappointing.
I'm sorry, the question though was, how come you aren't using executive power to save these programs this week?
Well, I mean, I'm working through the budget that we work with the legislature. As you know, I propose a budget, and I took the time to propose what I thought was necessary. The legislature actually is the one that gets to pass the budget.
Thanks, everyone.
Right. We got cut off from questions after that.
Now, the governor isn't the only one who could save these important programs. He's not the last voice.
Right. House Speaker Richard Corcoran from Pasco County, he could do something too, but he hasn't returned a single call, email, or text message from the last 3 weeks since we started asking questions. So now we're a day away from seeing whether these prisoners are going to be pushed back out on the street instead of getting some rehab and important programs they need. We'll be keeping an eye, letting you guys know what happens. Of course, we posted that entire interview on my Facebook page at Noah Pransky, and you can also reach out to me confidentially anytime with your tips. Tips at WTSP.com.
All right, Noah Pransky, thank you so much.